Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a king and queen. They had long desired to have a child, and one blessed day, their wish came true. The queen gave birth to a baby boy, whom they named Prince Siddhartha. The king and queen were filled with immense joy and happiness. Wanting to know the future of their beloved son, the king and queen invited a wise old fortune teller to the kingdom. They eagerly asked the fortune teller to predict the child's destiny. The queen pleaded, "Please tell us, wise one, what will our son grow up to be?" The fortune teller responded, "Your son will be a special child. One day, he will become a great king." The king was overjoyed upon hearing this and exclaimed, "He will be a king just like me." However, the wise old man added, "But as he grows older, he may choose to leave the palace to help others." The king, unwilling to accept such a possibility, angrily dismissed the fortune teller's words and vowed that his son would indeed become a great king, just like him. From that day forward, the king closely watched over his son, ensuring he had the best of everything. Prince Siddhartha's education began when he turned 7 years old. His father gathered the best professors in the world to teach him various skills, not just reading and writing, but also riding horses, wielding bows and arrows, and combat techniques. The king wanted Siddhartha to be a skilled warrior and a capable ruler. Prince Siddhartha proved to be an excellent student, excelling in his lessons alongside his cousin, Devadatta. The king beamed with pride, convinced that his son would become a famous and respected king someday. When the prince finished his lessons, he would often spend his free time playing in the palace garden, surrounded by various animals such as squirrels, rabbits, birds, and deer. Siddhartha enjoyed observing them quietly, and he especially took an interest in a pair of beautiful white swans that nested near a nearby lake. He longed to see their eggs hatch and watch the baby swans learn to swim. One day, while Siddhartha was by the lake, he heard a sound above him. Looking up, he saw 3 magnificent swans flying in the sky. Excited, he hoped they would choose his kingdom's lake to nest in. But to his dismay, one of the swans suddenly plummeted from the sky, wounded by an arrow. Filled with compassion, Siddhartha rushed to the injured swan's side. He gently removed the arrow and tenderly wrapped his shirt around the swan's wing. Speaking softly to the bird, he assured it that it would soon recover. However, Siddhartha's cousin, Devadatta, arrived on the scene claiming ownership of the wounded swan. He insisted that it was his since he had shot it with an arrow. Siddhartha, however, refused to give in to his cousin's demand. He argued that they should help the swan instead of fighting over it. Realizing their disagreement, the 2 boys decided to seek the king's judgment. They found their father and explained the situation. At first, the king seemed uninterested in their quarrel, but Siddhartha reminded him that when people couldn't agree, they sought the king's wisdom and judgment. Impressed by Siddhartha's wisdom, the king agreed to listen to both sides of the story. Devadatta shared his perspective, claiming ownership of the swan based on the kingdom's law that the person who harmed an animal or bird possessed it. Siddhartha, however, presented a different viewpoint. He emphasized that the swan was not dead but wounded, and it deserved their help and care. He suggested that they should nurture the swan together until it healed. As the ministers pondered over the conflicting arguments, an old man suddenly entered the room. He proposed that if the swan could speak, it would choose to be with the person who helped rather than harmed it. This perspective intrigued the ministers, leaving them uncertain about the rightful owner of the swan. Eventually, Siddhartha's compassion won over the ministers, and they agreed that the swan should be cared for and nursed back to health. Siddhartha and Devadatta worked together to nurse the swan until it fully recovered. Once the swan regained its strength, Siddhartha decided it was time to set it free. As he released the swan near the river, Siddhartha bid it farewell. knowing it was time for them to part ways. The swans swam away gracefully, joining other swans that had returned to the lake. Siddhartha and Devadatta watched in awe as the swans flew off into the distance, expressing their gratitude. Siddhartha, reflecting upon the experience, shared a profound realization. He explained that in life, there comes a moment when we are born a second time, not physically, but as we find our purpose and place in society. He emphasized the importance of compassion and empathy towards all living beings, as this was a true mark of a blessed soul. In his closing message, Siddhartha encouraged viewers to find our own purpose and be good to others, emphasizing the law of karma, where kindness and goodness come back to us. He concluded by thanking the viewers for watching and sending them blessings. Remember, life offers us an opportunity to be reborn and find our true calling. Let us embrace compassion, empathy, and goodness, and create a positive impact in the world. Thank you for watching, and may you always stay blessed. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it both informative and inspiring. Today, we explored the fascinating story of Prince Siddhartha, who would later become known as Gautama Buddha, the Enlightened One. We witnessed his early years as a prince, his encounters with the wounded swan, and the profound lessons he learned along the way. The story of Prince Siddhartha teaches us valuable lessons about compassion, empathy, and finding our true purpose in life. It reminds us that each one of us has the power to make a positive impact on the world and find our own path to enlightenment. In a world filled with challenges, it's important to remember that we can create change, not only for ourselves, but also for others. By practicing kindness, understanding, and selflessness, we can transform lives and contribute to a more compassionate society. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on the story of Prince Siddhartha and consider how it relates to your own life. Have you discovered your true calling? Are you living a life filled with compassion and empathy toward others? If not, remember that it's never too late to embark on a journey of self-discovery and make a positive change. As we conclude this video, I want to leave you with a powerful message. You have the ability to be reborn, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Embrace the opportunity to find your purpose and make a difference in the lives of those around you. I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for joining me today. Your support and engagement mean the world to me. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with others who might benefit from its message. Remember, we are all interconnected, and our actions ripple through the world. Let's strive to make those ripples of love, compassion, and kindness. Thank you once again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay inspired, continue to seek wisdom, and may your journey toward enlightenment be filled with joy and fulfillment. Take care, and may you always be blessed.